30 years ago, the unimaginable atrocities of the Holocaust played out on screens across the country in Steven Spielberg's epic historical drama, Schindler's List.
Whoever saves one life saves the world entire.
The film changed those who watched it,
we should get everybody in line.
And even the man who made it.
How often were there survivors on set?
Not that often, but when they came to the set, it was really profound for me. One particular survivor, she came to watch her scenes being shot. And she said, but I have a much bigger story than the story you're telling of my life. In that moment, I thought, is she showing me a way to bear witness to this greatest Shoah, this greatest tragedy in human history? And is she going to be the light that shines the way for me to figure out how are we going to get more of her to talk about their experiences?
That spark would become the USC Shoah Foundation, the organization created by Spielberg dedicated to recording and sharing the stories of survivors of genocides. Dr. Robert Williams is the executive director of the foundation.
I can show you a document showing the path of persecution of an individual, but then I can show you the testimony of the individual whose name is on that paper. And in doing that, your eyes open.
Among those stories of survival is that of now 93-year-old Selina Biniaz. At just 13 years old, she was the youngest female on Oskar Schindler's List, something she never spoke about until she saw Spielberg's movie.
We saw it for the first time. I fell apart. After we saw Schindler's List, we felt it was important to give testimony. I always say, Oskar Schindler gave me a life, but Steven Spielberg was my second Schindler because he gave me a voice.
Since then, Spielberg and the foundation have given voice to survivors of genocides all over the world, including those in Rwanda, Cambodia, and Armenia, among others.
It's very, very important to show that genocide continues to just be there, right? Often right where we can see it.
Last year, the foundation mobilized almost immediately to capture testimonials of survivors of the October 7th attacks in Israel.
We're talking about the largest act of mass violence against Jewish people since the Holocaust ended. We felt it was important to go to Israel to meet with the survivors of the October 7th attacks so that they could begin to share their stories now.
The foundation and the film marking a milestone and looking to the future.
Do you see it as the 30th anniversary or the beginning of the fourth decade?
I see it as the beginning of the fourth decade because there is so much more we need to expose the world to, so many more true stories that the world has to see. I want people to be able to hold hands and say together, there are certain things that we must never forget.
So Selina Biniaz, that 93-year-old Holocaust survivor, she went from not talking to anybody about what she went through, not even her own family, to making it her life's work to tell the world what she experienced. And Selina and Steven Spielberg and the Shoah Foundation, they all feel that sharing these stories is critical to ensuring that history does not repeat itself. And by the way, as part of those efforts, the foundation is racing against the clock to get as many testimonials from the less than 250,000 Holocaust survivors who are still with us. And I just have the chills even talking about it right now, to have that experience, to sit down with somebody like Selina and to know that they're trying to get as many stories as they can before time runs out. What an important mission.
Well, it's also fascinating that Spielberg's film about the Holocaust has led to this foundation, not just remembering Holocaust survivors.
All types of atrocities.
Atrocities all over the world.
It's really remarkable what they're doing, and I think the bigger the foundation gets, the more they will have for history in order to document this for children for generations to come.
Yeah.
So important and powerful. Thank you, Jake.
Thank you
so much.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.